Oh, the struggle is real. Okay. What's up, chuletas? Today we're going to be making this cute little barbecue grill. This was supposed to be for Father's Day, but you know, a lot of things came up and I wasn't gonna be able to get it done in time. So if you're new here, welcome to Thalias Cakes. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like cake tutorials, cake challenges, recipes, or anything cake related, you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more videos. All right, chuletas, let's get started. So first things first, I went ahead and made myself some black buttercream. If you would like to know how I make my black buttercream, I'll be leaving a link down below in the description box. So I already went ahead and baked my cake into a 5-inch ball cake pan, and I'm going to level it out so that it's nice and perfect, and then start by adding the buttercream all around the cake. To make the cake really nice and smooth, I always like to use this little piece of plastic to just smooth out all the edges of the cake like this. I gave it a crumb coat and a final coat, and I did put it in the refrigerator to freeze for about 30 minutes so that I could cut out the top like this. And just cutting it into little pizza slices just makes it a little easier to cut it all out with a spoon. Once I've dug all that out, I'm going to place more black buttercream on top and then gently smooth that out with my offset spatula. Now to make the charcoal, I use some black fondant. I don't know why it looks kind of green. I don't know, maybe it's like old fondant, but it didn't even matter because this cake wasn't for anybody. It was just for, you know, some YouTube content, you feel? So I just like broke it up into pieces, and I didn't make it perfect. I just, you know, this foreign ball. And I did that to all the pieces like that. Once that was set, I threw them inside of a Ziploc bag, and then I threw in some silver luster dust and just shook that bad boy up in there like that so that it could look like this. And then I just placed them all in the center of the cake. To make the actual like grill thingy-majiggy that you put the like food on, I used grate fondant and I mixed it in with Thalias powder, and I rolled out 6 strips of that, and I let it harden for a couple of days because putting weight on top of it could like break them. Although mine kind of did break, but that's why I made sure to put a lot of like the charcoal underneath it just to help hold it up and it won't be noticeable, you know what I'm saying? So once the food is on top of there, you won't even be able to see it if it does break. But I highly recommend give this time to dry so that it doesn't break. Okay? All right. And I just glued on the strips with some gum paste glue. And to go around it, I was gonna use black buttercream, but then I ended up running out of it. And so I decided just to use black fondant. So that's what I did for that, just to create like the little rim. Now I'm going to move on to making the actual food that goes on the grill. Normally I recommend making the cake toppers way before, but that's not how it worked out with this. I actually didn't know what I was gonna make until I just started making this cake. So that's why I didn't make the cake toppers first. So the first food I'm going to make is the hamburguesa. I'm going to use this tool to create little indents on the burger, just to give it that like realistic look to it, you know what I mean? And then for el hot dog, I'm going to roll out a little fat snake of fondant and then use this little tool to create like, you know, the ends where it looks real tight, where they tie the skin up. And of course, on the hot dog, you want to give it that detail, like it's been that little grill look to it, you know what I'm saying? And of course, what is a burger without queso? Come on, Like, who doesn't like their burgers with queso? So the next thing I'm gonna work on is the chuzo. In other words, the shish kebab. For Colombians, that's how we say it. We say chuzos. So as you can see here, I laid down a white piece of fondant, then a purple piece of fondant, and then a white piece and another one, just like that. And then I cut it up into like a little square strip so that it can look like a piece of onion. So now to form the chuzo, I'm going to add a little piece of carne. Then I'm gonna add the onion. Then I'm gonna add the chicken. And then I'm going to add little red pepper and green pepper. And then I'm gonna just continue doing that and then just add a little texture to the meat so it can look like it's been on the grill and it's all grilled up real nice. To make the corn on cob, it's super easy. All you gotta do is roll out a little fat log like this and then get some dental floss and then make these markings. Sideways first and then the other way. And here you will see me adding a little bit of cocoa powder to the corn just to make it look like it's nice and brown and crisped up and grilled up. And same thing for the chuzo. And now I'm going to make the pollo. So to make the drumstick, I just, made it look like a little maraca shape first. And I created a little butt at the end using this tool. By the way, if you want any of these tools, they'll be linked down below in the description box. Moving on to the spatula, very easy. I just made the detail like this with the little balling tool. And I made a little hole at the very end and stuck in a little stick with a black piece on it to make it look like, the little handle. So to make the little tapa for the grill, I decided, instead of making it out of cake, why don't we make it out of chocolate? You know what I'm saying? So that way we could pick it up, lift it up, pick it up, lift it. You know what I'm saying? So it's mad cool. So that's what I did. I made it out of red chocolate candy melt. So what I did was I used the same exact 5-inch cake pan that I baked my actual cake in, and I covered it in some chocolate. You don't have to worry about spraying it with anything because the chocolate is like oily and stuff. So this is gonna pop right out of the actual pan by itself. So just cover that up real good and dump out all the excess chocolate. And then pop that into the refrigerator for 15 minutes. Reuse that chocolate. You're gonna want to put it on like a mat or something so that you can reuse that chocolate. And then you're gonna take it out of the refrigerator and put some more chocolate in there. And then just use your rubber spatula just to get it all over. And it might harden right then and there because it's really cold, but you're gonna pop it back into the refrigerator for another 15 minutes. And then after that, you're gonna take it out and put it into the freezer for 5 minutes. And take it out, and then you're gonna flip it over, or you might have to use a knife like I did just to help it get out, and it'll just pop right out. Now that that's it, I set that off to the side and started working on some detail for the grill lid. So I wanted to make that little grill detail. I don't know what this is. I think it lets some of the smoke out or something like that. So that's what I'm making here. I just used a little piece of grate fondant, cut out a circle with 3 circle holes, and then used one of those little pieces and put it in the center and added a little detail to that like this, and then just added some silver luster dust. And then I also made a little handle for the grill. And I glued everything on with gum paste glue. So the rim of it was really bothering me. It just looked too plain. So I decided to add a piece of red fondant. And of course, we need some ketchup and mustard. So I made a mustard bottle and a ketchup bottle. But I'm just showing you how I made the mustard bottle because it's the same thing as the ketchup bottle. Okay, this is so freaking cute. I love the fact that it's just a little 5-inch cake and it's got so much detail. I had so much fun making this. If you enjoyed watching me make this cake and you actually want to give it a try, please tag me on my Instagram at Thalias Cakes. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, click the circle button right over here to subscribe to my channel, and also check out these 2 videos to continue seeing more of my tutorials. All right, thank you so much for watching. God bless.